Dear students, welcome to video lecture of designing the methods. So designing the methods and protocols. The main goal of this activity is to specify the algorithm for the method identified so far. Once you have designed your methods in some formal structure such as UML diagram with the OCL description, object constraint language description, they are converted into programming language as manually or automatically. A class can provide several types of methods. One is constructor. A method creates the instances of the class. Destructor. The method destroy the instances. Conversion method. The method converts the value from one unit measure to another unit. That is conversion method. Copy method. The method that copies the content of the one instance to another instance. That is known as a copy method. The method copies the content of the one instance to another instance. Attribute set. The method that set the value for one or more attributes. Attribute get. The method returns the value for one or more attributes. IO methods. Methods that provide and receive the data to and from a device. Domain specific. The method specific to the application. So these are the different types of methods of a class: constructor, destructor, conversion, copy, attribute set, attribute get, input method, domain specific method. Corollary 1, according to Corollary 1, that designing a method and protocol, you should, as a designer, you should minimize the complexity of the message connection and keep as low as possible the number of messages sent and received by the object. Maximize the cohesiveness among the object and the software component to improve the coupling. If you maximize the cohesiveness, the coupling will be decreased because only a minimal amount of essential information should be passed between the components. Abstraction leads to simplicity and straightforwardness. At the same time, increase the class visibility. Abstraction leads to simplicity and straightforwardness. At the same time, increase the class visibility. Here are the 5 rules of the design. If it is look messy, then probably a bad design. If it is too complex, then it's a bad design, probably bad design. If it is too big, then it is probably a bad design. If people don't like it, then it is probably a bad design. If it does not work, then it is probably a bad design. So the 5 category represent the bad design. Design issues, avoiding design pitfalls. It is much better to have a large number of simple classes, but few large complex classes. It is better to have a large number of simple classes than few large complex classes. Create a super class of several classes that gather in a single place, very similar code. Create a super class for several classes that gather in a single place, very similar code. Your goal as a designer, your goal should maximize the reuse of what you have to avoid in creating a new classes as much as possible. So maximize the reuse of what you have to avoid creating a new classes as much as possible. You have to reuse the existing one. Okay, instead of creating a new class again and again, try to reuse the existing one. Maximize the reuse. Last, object focus is another problem with the class definition. A meaningful class definition starts out simple and clean, but as time goes on and changes are made, it's become larger and larger. Then the class identity becoming harder to state consciously. Apply the design axioms and corollaries such as corollary 2, which states that each class must have a single and clearly defined purpose. When you document, you easily should able to describe the purpose of a class in few sentences. Uh, these are bugs because internal state of an object is too hard to track and solution consisting of adding patches. Some possible actions to solve this problem are: keep a careful eye on the class design and make sure that an object role remain well defined. If an object lost focus, you need to modify the design. Apply corollary to single purpose. A class should contain a single purpose. For example, when object lost focus means you are adding more and more purpose to the class means the object can lost focus. Okay, it's not a simple one. It has become a complex one. Move some functions into new classes that object would use. Apply corollary. Move some function into new classes that object would use. Apply the corollary one. Uncouple design with the less information content. Break up the class into 2 or more classes. Apply the corollary 3. Large number of simple classes. Then rethink about the class definition based on the experience gain. UML UML operation representation. The following operation representation has been suggested by the UML. The operation syntax is visibility, name of the method, parameter list, and return type. Visibility means public, accessible to all classes, protected, accessible to subclasses and operation of the class, private visibility, accessible only to the operation of the class. Here, name is the name of the operation. So, name stands for the name of the operation. Parameter list. It is a list of parameter separated by commas. The parameters separated by commas, each specified by the name of the parameter, type expression, type of the parameter, and default value. It's an optional one. Where name is the name of the parameter, type expression is the language dependent specification of the implementation type, and default value is an optional value. So return type expression is a language dependent specification of the implementation of the value returned by the method. If the return type is omitted, the operation does not return a value. For example, get name method, you don't have a parameter, but return a value, a name. Get account number, it is having a parameter account, and the data type is type and return account number. The UML guideline recommend the beginning operation names with the lowercase letters. Operation names with the lowercase. So G and G. So here it is operation name begin with the lowercase letter. This is a guideline given by the UML. Okay, that's it for designing a methods. Thanks for watching the video.